Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Change Dude podcast. I'm your host, Said Rafe, and today we are diving into a topic that's absolutely essential in our fast-paced world: lifelong learning in tech and how to stay ahead of the curve. Whether you are a developer, an engineer, a product manager, or anyone working in tech, one thing is clear: the only constant is change. New tools, methodologies, frameworks, and paradigms are emerging all the time. And if we don't keep learning, we risk being left behind. Today, we are going to explore why lifelong learning is so critical, share strategies for continuous growth, and offer practical tips on staying relevant in this ever-evolving industry. So let's embark on this journey together. Let's start by looking at why lifelong learning is absolutely non-negotiable in tech. In our industry, the pace of change is unprecedented. Consider this: a few decades ago, the idea of the internet was a novelty. Today, it's an essential part of life, and the technology behind it has evolved so much that new languages and frameworks emerge almost every year. Research from the World Economic Forum suggests that nearly 50% of all employees will need reskilling by 2025 as the adoption of new technology increases. For tech professionals, this is a clear signal. Staying current isn't just a nice to have, it's essential for survival. Even if you are highly experienced, technologies like artificial intelligence, blockchain, quantum computing, and cloud computing are reshaping our work every day. And it's not only about knowing a programming language or a framework, it's about understanding new ways of thinking, adapting to different methodologies, and most importantly, being curious enough to embrace change. Lifelong learning is the engine that drives innovation. When you commit to continuous education, you are not only expanding your skill set, you are opening yourself up to new ideas and approaches that can radically improve your work. Think about it. Every time you learn something new, you add another tool to your toolbox. Over time, these tools compound, making you a more versatile and valuable professional. Now you might ask, how can someone even begin to manage continuous learning when they're already juggling work, personal projects, and maybe even family? That's exactly what we are going to address in the next segments. One of the first steps to embracing lifelong learning is building a culture, whether within your organization or within your personal career, that values ongoing education and curiosity. Start by setting learning goals. Ask yourself, what do I want to achieve in the next 6 months? It could be mastering a new programming language, understanding a new framework, or even learning about emerging technologies like AI ethics. Once you have your goals, break them down into actionable steps. For instance, if you want to learn React, set milestones such as completing an online course, building a simple project, and then collaborating on an open source initiative. It helps to write these goals down. I personally use a combination of tools like Notion and Google Calendar to track my learning objectives. I set aside dedicated time blocks in my schedule solely for learning, often early in the morning or late at the night when distractions are minimal. In a busy world, sometimes you don't have hours to sit down for a full course. That's where micro-learning comes in. This approach involves consuming content in small, manageable pieces, like reading a blog post, watching a short video tutorial, or listening to a podcast. Apps like Blinkist and platforms like Coursera offer bite-sized learning sessions that can easily fit into your day. Another critical aspect of lifelong learning is learning from your mistakes. I like to think of every failure as a learning opportunity. When a project doesn't go as planned or a new technology confounds me, I take the time to reflect on what went wrong. I ask myself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I avoid the same pitfalls in the future? Documenting these lessons not only prevents repetition of mistakes, but also helps you build a personal repository of knowledge that you can refer back to. You don't have to do this alone. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals who are also committed to growth. Join online forums, attend meetups, and participate in tech communities on platforms like GitHub, Reddit, and LinkedIn. These communities are invaluable for sharing knowledge, staying updated on industry trends, and finding support when you encounter challenges. While self-learning is incredibly powerful, sometimes formal education can provide structure and depth. Consider investing in certifications, workshops, or even advanced degrees that can supplement your self-taught knowledge. For example, if you're interested in cloud computing, certifications from AWS or Google Cloud or Azure can provide not only credibility, but also a structured learning path. Balancing learning with work and life responsibilities is perhaps the biggest challenge. A study by Coursera found that professionals who dedicate at least 5 hours a week to learning new skills are 35% more likely to advance in their careers. I recommend setting aside dedicated time for learning every week, even if it is just an hour a day. Treat these learning sessions as non-negotiable appointments in your calendar. Now let's get into some of the practical tools and platforms that can support your lifelong learning journey in tech. There is an abundance of resources available, and I have found that leveraging the right ones can make a huge difference. Platforms like Coursera, Udemy, Pluralsight, and edX offer courses on everything from foundational programming to advanced topics like AI and machine learning. Many of these courses are taught by industry experts and include hands-on projects to reinforce your learning. For example, Coursera's deep learning specialization is highly recommended if you want to dive into AI. Websites like Code Academy, Free Code Camp, and LeetCode provide interactive coding lessons that allow you to practice as you learn. These platforms are great for honing your skills in a hands-on way, and many of them offer challenges that can simulate real-world coding problems. Podcasts and webinars are excellent for learning on the go. They let you absorb information during your commute or workout. I always keep an eye on events hosted by tech giants like Google and Microsoft, as well as independent tech conferences. Moreover, don't underestimate the power of a good book. Whether it's classic texts on programming or new releases on emerging technologies, books provide deep, comprehensive insights. Websites like Amazon and Goodreads are great for finding highly rated tech books. For instance, Clean Code by Robert C. Martin remains a must-read for any developer looking to improve their craft. Sometimes the best learning material comes directly from the source. Official documentation such as MDN Web Docs for web development or the AWS documentation for cloud computing offers up-to-date, authoritative information that can be invaluable when mastering new technologies. Sites like Stack Overflow, Dev.to, and Reddit offer real-world advice, problem-solving tips, and community support. Engaging with these communities can help you stay updated on industry trends and learn from experiences of others. While online resources are fantastic, nothing beats the energy of in-person events. Conferences like TechCrunch Disrupt, AWS reInvent, DevWorld, and Web Summit, as well as local meetups provide opportunities to learn, network, and share ideas with fellow tech enthusiasts. Finally, consider using tools like Notion, Trello, or Evernote to manage your learning goals and track your progress. I use Notion to maintain a learning roadmap where I document courses, set milestones, and review what I have learned on a regular basis. It's one thing to have all the resources at your disposal, but how do you integrate continuous learning into your daily life, especially when you are juggling a full-time job, personal projects, and possibly family responsibilities? Let's discuss some strategies that have worked for me and many others in the tech community. First, schedule dedicated learning time. One of the simplest yet most effective strategies is to set aside dedicated time each day or week for learning. I personally block out an hour every day during my work schedule. This quiet time allows me to focus on a new topic or review a challenging concept without distractions. You might try the Pomodoro technique, work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break, and repeat. This method helps maintain focus and prevents burnout. Second, make learning a habit. Habits are powerful. Once you incorporate learning into your daily routine, it becomes a part of your lifestyle rather than an additional task. Consider using habit tracking apps if you find that helpful to reinforce your learning schedule. Over time, these small, consistent efforts add up and you will be amazed at the progress you have made. Third, apply what you have learned immediately. The best way to solidify new knowledge is by applying it as soon as possible. Work on side projects, contribute to open source, or even build prototypes based on what you have learned. For instance, if you are learning about a new JavaScript framework, challenge yourself to build a small application or feature using that framework. Practical application reinforces theory and deepens understanding. Number 4, join learning communities. Learning doesn't have to be a solitary endeavor. Join communities on platforms like Reddit, Discord, or LinkedIn, where you can discuss topics, ask questions, and share insights. The interaction with peers can motivate you to keep learning and provide different perspectives on challenging topics. Number 5, reflect and review. At the end of each week or month, take time to reflect on what you have learned. Write down key takeaways, revisit challenging concepts, and adjust your learning goals as necessary. This reflection not only reinforces your learning, but also helps you identify areas where you need more focus. Number 6, embrace a growth mindset. Perhaps the most important aspect of lifelong learning is embracing a growth mindset. Understand that your skills are not fixed. They can always improve with effort and practice. Remember, every expert was once a beginner, and every challenge is an opportunity to grow. A study published in the Journal of Applied Psychology found that individuals with a growth mindset are more resilient, perform better under stress, and are more likely to achieve long-term success. This is especially relevant in tech, where the pace of change demands adaptability and continuous improvement. Let's shift our focus to the direct impact of lifelong learning on career success. In the tech industry, staying ahead of the curve is not just about technical skills. It's also about being adaptable, innovative, and open to new ideas. Many companies now look for evidence of continuous learning when considering promotions or leadership roles. Whether it is through certifications, online courses, or personal projects, your commitment to learning signals that you are ready for more responsibility. According to a recent LinkedIn report, professionals who dedicate time to continuous learning are 50% more likely to be promoted within their organizations. The tech landscape is dynamic. New programming languages, frameworks, and tools emerge regularly. Lifelong learning ensures that you stay current and competitive. For instance, while traditional skills like Java and C++ remain important, modern tech increasingly values knowledge in areas like cloud computing, AI, and DevOps. Continuous education helps bridge this gap. The ability to learn and apply new concepts fosters innovation. When you are well versed in multiple domains, you are more likely to connect the dots between disparate ideas, leading to creative solutions. This kind of innovative thinking is invaluable for startups and established companies alike. Lifelong learners tend to be active in their communities. By attending conferences, participating in webinars, or joining online forums, you not only learn but also build relationships. These connections can open doors to mentorship, collaboration, and new opportunities. The synergy between continuous learning and networking is a powerful driver of career success. In times of economic uncertainty or rapid technological shifts, a commitment to learning can make all the difference. It ensures that you are not only prepared for current challenges, but also ready to seize future opportunities. The World Economic Forum has repeatedly emphasized that the ability to learn and adapt is one of the most valuable skills in modern workforce. Let me share a few real-life stories that illustrate the power of lifelong learning. A few years back, I worked with a developer who had been coding for over a decade, specializing in legacy systems. Recognizing the growing importance of artificial intelligence, he decided to invest time in learning machine learning through online courses and personal projects. Within a year, he transitioned into an AI-focused role, leading projects that integrated AI into traditional software systems. His journey is a testament to the fact that it's never too late to pivot and grow your skills. I remember when I was transitioning from freelancing to corporate role, I realized that to be effective in a larger organization, I needed to expand my skills beyond coding. I enrolled in leadership courses, learned about agile methodologies, and took on mentorship roles. This continuous learning not only helped me advance in my career, but also enabled me to contribute more effectively to my team. Another inspiring example comes from a startup founder who was passionate about fintech. Despite a strong technical background, she recognized that understanding market trends and customer behavior was key to success. So she dedicated time to learning about data analytics, digital marketing, and user experience design. This multidisciplinary approach allowed her to build a product that truly resonated with users and led her startup to rapid growth. These stories are not unique, but they reinforce that lifelong learning is not just a buzzword. It's a proven strategy for overcoming challenges, seizing opportunities, and driving innovation. Whether you are looking to pivot your career, lead a team, or build a startup, continuous learning is the foundation of long-term success. Now that we have explored the why and how of lifelong learning, let's get practical. How can you create your own lifelong learning plan to stay ahead in tech? First, start by asking yourself what you want to achieve. Do you want to master a new programming language? Are you interested in emerging fields like AI, cybersecurity, or blockchain? Write down your goals. For example, I want to complete a course on machine learning in the next 3 months, or I want to learn the fundamentals of cloud computing by the end of the quarter. Specific, measurable goals provide direction and motivation. Second, compile a list of resources that can help you achieve these goals. This might include online courses, books, podcasts, and industry blogs. Consider platforms like Coursera, Udemy, Pluralsight, and edX for structured learning, and follow thought leaders on social media for the latest insights. For my personal use, I maintain a curated list of resources on my Notion, which I regularly update. Time management is also critical. Look at your weekly schedule and allocate specific blocks of time dedicated solely to learning. This might be an hour every morning before work or a few evenings each week. Consistency is key. Over time, these small increments add up. Also, you can join online forums, local meetups, or professional groups where you can share your progress, ask questions, and learn from others. Platforms like Reddit's Learn Programming, Stack Overflow, or local tech meetups can be great for networking and collaboration. I would highly recommend keeping a learning journal or blog where you document what you have learned, the challenges you have faced, and the progress you have made. Reflection is crucial for deep learning. Tools like Notion or even a simple Google Doc can serve this purpose. Your learning plan isn't set in stone. As you progress, you might find that some areas require more focus, while others need less. Be flexible and adjust your plan regularly. Review your goals monthly and refine your strategies as necessary. Implementing these steps will help you create a sustainable learning routine that evolves with your career and the tech landscape. Remember, the goal is continuous improvement, not perfection. Let's summarize today's discussion. Lifelong learning is essential in a rapidly evolving industry. The ability to continuously acquire and update your skills is the key to long-term success. Second, building a personal learning plan is crucial. Set clear goals, identify resources, and dedicate regular time to learning. Leveraging communities and networking is equally important, as it provides support, inspiration, and collaboration opportunities. Staying adaptable and reflective ensures that your learning strategy evolves with the industry and your personal growth. These strategies not only help you remain competitive, but also empower you to innovate, lead, and make informed decisions in your tech career. As we conclude today's episode, I want you to leave with a thought. In the world of tech, change is the only constant. Embracing lifelong learning isn't just about staying updated, it's about evolving as a professional and as an individual. Every new skill you acquire, every piece of knowledge you add to your arsenal compounds over time to shape your future success. Invest in yourself continuously and remember that every expert was once a beginner. The journey of lifelong learning is challenging, but it's also incredibly rewarding. Whether you are looking to advance in your current role, pivot to a new field, or launch your own startup, the commitment to learning will be your most valuable asset. In our next episode, we will talk about AI ethics. We will dive into the ethical challenges surrounding artificial intelligence development. We will explore issues like bias, accountability, and transparency, and discuss how developers and organizations can navigate these moral complexities while driving innovation. Stay tuned for a thought-provoking discussion on how to build responsible, ethical AI. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the importance of lifelong learning in tech. I hope today's episode provided you with actionable insights and inspired you to take control of your professional growth. Remember, in the ever-changing world of technology, the most successful professionals are those who commit to continuous learning and adaptation. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your colleagues. Your support not only motivates me to keep producing quality content, but also helps others in the tech community stay informed and inspired. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and always embrace change. I'm your host, Saeed Rafe, signing off.